A ceasefire then between Israel and Hamas has just come into force, having been hammered out during marathon negotiations hosted by Egypt. Israel's been pounding the Palestinian territory with missiles from both the air and sea for more than a week in response to Hamas's cross-border rocket fire. Our correspondent in Tel Aviv, Paula Sleer, reports on the much sought-after truce.
A ceasefire has been announced and agreed to by both Israel and Hamas. This is the second time in 2 days that we've heard such an announcement, but this time it certainly does seem as if it's accurate. There was earlier a press conference between the US Secretary of State Hillary Clinton and the Egyptian Foreign Minister. At that press conference, Clinton said that the US was committed to making sure that the Israelis face an increased safety and security situation, and also to improving the conditions of people in Gaza. Egypt, for its side, has said that Cairo has a historical duty to represent and help the people of Palestine. Now, the Israeli Prime Minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, earlier held a telephone call with the American President Barack Obama. In that phone call, he said that Israel was ready to give the ceasefire a chance. Obama responded by saying that America was on hand to assist Israel with its problem vis-à-vis the smuggling of weapons and other items through the tunnels that lead between Egypt, Gaza, and sometimes even reaching a little bit into Israel. Israel is, of course, very concerned around the claim that it needs to lift its blockade. The information we have is that while agreeing to the ceasefire, it has not given the nod that, in fact, it will lift the blockade it has had on Gaza for several years now. Now, the ceasefire is a surprise to everyone. It comes after a bloody day, both in Israel and in Gaza. We have no details at this stage in terms of what exactly are the terms of the ceasefire. We'll need to wait and see exactly what the two sides have agreed on. But earlier on Wednesday, there was a bus bombing in Tel Aviv. 28 people were injured, and very much the reaction after that bus bombing was that Netanyahu was now going to launch a ground offensive into Gaza rather than announce a ceasefire. So definitely here in Tel Aviv, people have been taken by surprise. Today, Wednesday, there were some 85 rockets that were fired into Israel. At the same time, 4 Israeli soldiers were injured. In response, there have been roughly 121 Israeli airstrikes over Gaza. They have targeted rocket launchers as well as tunnels, as well as Hamas command centers. But certainly the focus on everyone's mind is the ceasefire and whether or not it will prove to be able to hold in the coming hours and the coming days.